All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Glad that you decided to join us this evening. Welcome to another exciting broadcast here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. It's been 2 weeks. We haven't been here, but we're back. We are back, and you are here with us, and we are happy that you decided to join us for another exciting live broadcast here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. My name is Darrell Muhammd, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas, we're starting to have more and more beautiful days, warmer days, and we hope that things are faring well in your city. But this is the hour of power here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live, where we talk about and share with you the things that you need to empower yourselves personally and financially. We're living in some very serious times now, brothers and sisters. You see, they're fighting over the presidency of the United States like never done before in recent history. I mean, it's gotten real nasty, courage coach, and it's going to get more nasty or nastier as this race heats up. But we have to stay cool, right? We have to be like Kobe Bryant. We have to be like Michael Jordan, cool as ice, taking that game-winning shot. We can't get caught up in the hoopla. We can't let them pull our emotional strings. We have to keep the main thing, and that's our collective self-interest. Not your self-interest alone, not you and your family's self-interest alone, but our collective self-interest, right? If we move in a collective body, then we'll have to be dealt with like a collective body and not as individuals where they can pick us off one at a time. So, brothers and sisters, welcome to another powerful broadcast here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. And as always, I'm not alone. No matter where he is, if he can get to a room, if he can get to internet, if he can get somewhere where he can be seen and heard, he shows up to help us co-host this program, all right? Because this is not me, this is not I, this is a program for us. So without further ado, we got our coach, our peak performance coach. You know, those that performing is trying to perform at peak levels, they go get peak performance coach. And we have our very own Rodney Assad Muhammad. Brother Rodney, you there?
Yes, sir, Brother Darrell. Assalamu alaikum. Peace to each and every one of our Black Wealth Empowerment Live Google Hangout family. I'm Rodney Assad Muhammad, your courage coach. Now, I am in Arkansas. That's Arkansas, y'all. That's Arkansas right now. So I just flew in not too long ago, and I'm ready for a powerful broadcast. I think we're at number 71 now, Brother Darrell. That's 71. That's a 7 with a 1 after it. That we are just been consistently engaging the community, connecting and reaching out, trying our very, very best, by Allah's permission, to give each and every person that watched this broadcast, either live or via the replay, something of value. So we committed to this process. I know Brother Darrell, it's usually when things like this go on, people usually fade out, you know. After about a month or two, you know, you might get a couple people on here or there. Some people fall off in terms of viewership. And sometimes those who host these kinds of shows and broadcasts and things like that, they tend to lose some steam. Well, that's really you want to get into what you're made of. When you start to run out of steam, you might have to find another fuel source if you weren't already fueled by that eternal fuel source, which is the will of God. See, if it's in you, you're going to keep going. But if it's not in you, then you'll think yourself right out of doing it and taking those actions. So we're here, brothers and sisters, not because we have to, not because we have nothing else to do, because we are committed. We are committed in our souls to give you everything we have and actually provide it to you, disseminate it to you, and tell me, learn something new, we want to bring it to you. So, you know, I thank you, Brother Darrell, as I always do, for even, you know, finding this broadcast medium. It's not that you just found the Google Hangout, because Google Hangout is there, but it's a next level that people don't understand as what's happening with this broadcast. It's a whole nother level, a back end that's happening that allows you to do it at the level that we are doing it at. So I want to thank you for being a student, being open to even receive information from somebody that's not sitting right next door to you, somebody that's not in the same mosque or church as you. See, Brother Darrell, like any good student, will go out and seek information. he'll go and find the information. And then we find something of value. If it even just kind of tickles his fancy just a little bit, he'll bring it right back. And so that's how I met my brother many, many years ago. He had great business opportunities and resources and things he would always share. And I grabbed on and said, man, this is a brother I want to definitely keep in contact with. And he always found a way to send me information, hook me up, whatever the latest and greatest information was. And I thank you for that, Brother Darrell. So I thank you, though. Who am I talking to? You, each and every one of you are watching us live right now on this Google Hangout. This is a powerful, powerful night we got because we got a special guest, and we want to give you those jewels that we find throughout the nation, throughout the earth. When we find somebody that's of value that touches our heart and spirit, we say, oh, we want to bring them to the people. This person needs to shine. There's some people that might be missing out on them, you know. And I'll tell you this, Brother Darrell, before I swing it back over to you, you know, some of our viewers might have heard me say this before. Something Les Brown said to me many years ago when he said, are you going to die with your gifts in you? And he said that somebody's waiting for you to show up. And some of you might have heard him say it on different broadcasts, but I got a chance to have him say it, look me in my face and ask me that, or tell me that somebody's waiting for you to show up. He said that somebody's entire life is hinging on you showing up. And we want to thank our guests for showing up, and we want to thank each and every one of you who are watching us right now for showing up. It matters. That's one of the first steps, is making a decision and showing up. So, Brother Darrell, I'm going to swing it back over to you, and I'm going to check in the Facebook group, too, as well, just kind of cruise around in that area, see what's going on out there, brother. So, Brother Darrell, back to you.
All right. Thanks so very much, Courage Coach. Thank you for those kind words. Brothers and sisters, we should have our Sister Brandy Muhammd join us here shortly. She is our membership coordinator. She's out and about doing some things with her family, and we definitely promote that, right? So that's what we promote, and that's why it's good to have a team, right? Because from time to time, members will have to do some things, and then you can have other people to cover down for you. So we're excited about you being here, brothers and sisters. If this is your first time and you want to get in on the conversation, it's kind of like a radio talk show program, right? But it's video. We just can't see you, but you can see us. But we want you to participate. It's about participation, brothers and sisters. Anything short of participation doesn't matter. Anything short of participation doesn't count. You can't count zero. Zero is not a number by itself, right? So how do you do that? You go to our private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. You can hit the link right below, right? We put a little simple link right here on the same page. It'll open up to a separate box. You just click join, and we'll check you out. We'll vet you, right? We'll vet you and make sure it's a good fit, right? It's a good fit. We have some waiting in the queue right now. We're going to bring some of those on board as members a little bit later. But at least that way you can get engaged in the conversation. Maybe this time, but if not this time, then definitely next time. But you might can get in this time, so go ahead and go to our private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group and put that in. Now, if you're not watching this on our television broadcast platform, you might be checking it out on YouTube. Then you go to Facebook and put in the search box, top left-hand corner, you put in Black Wealth Empowerment. Black Wealth Empowerment, and you'll have the opportunity to join on there. Brothers and sisters, you want to join, you want to do that right now. Whenever you're getting this message, wherever you are and you're hearing my invitation, you want to go there and join, because we accept on our broadcast. We're going to start accepting some during the week now. So that way you can participate in our weekly conversation. We put a lot of things up there that's beneficial to you to learn how to empower yourself financially. So this is not just a Sunday, going to church on Sunday, right? We just not Sunday worshipers. This is something, brothers and sisters, that we are committed to. As the coach said, we live this thing, right? If it's worth doing, it's worth living. If it's not worth living, then don't do it. We live this. And you will see us post things throughout the week in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. Now, brothers and sisters, we haven't been here for 2 weeks. And the reason why we haven't been here for 2 weeks, for those that are new to this platform, because anytime the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan delivers a keynote address on Sunday, we relinquish, we forfeit, we step down our position and our mission and our message for him, right? His message is a divine message, is divine guidance, and that's what we need more than another strategy on how to make friends and influence people. We need that more than we need, what's the greatest return on investment? What's the RIO and all these things that are worldly, right? So anytime that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan once again delivers a keynote address on Sunday, we don't come up after him, right? Followers of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, myself, Sister Brandy, and the Courage Coach, right? We don't come up behind him, because what is it that we have to say that's more important than what he has said already, and that we should be reviewing, studying, and letting just marinate, just soak in, right? Like the brightness of the sun, just soak in like vitamin D that you can only get from the sun. That's very interesting. Vitamin D that the sun gives you, only the sun can give you that kind of vitamin D. And he is the sun giving us the vitamin D, the divine guidance we need in this time, in this hour. All right? Because, brothers and sisters, if you just knew what was behind what we see of this presidential race, of these candidates, it will scare you to death. You would know that there is no, if there is no God, there is no hope, right? And you'll know that if you believe in God, and we hope you do, that you believe in God, that you know that's the only out. That's the only way we're going to make it through this mess, right? That we're in the midst of here in America. So, brothers and sisters, we are here at broadcast number 71 to bring you a message after we've been off for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. When you've been off for 2 weeks, if Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant misses 2 weeks a game or 2 games, they want to come back and have a, stellar performance. They want to come back and have a game like they've never had before, so it looks like they didn't miss any games, right? So that's how we are here at Black Wealth Empowerment. So we dug deep down, and we reached deep down in our 900 membership, and we were looking for a jewel, and we pulled out one. A sister that's been a member, she said, for at least 6 months. So she's not just here to get her claim to fame, her 15 minutes of fame on our broadcast. She's a member. She came in as a member, right? And being active and participating in the Facebook group, right? Membership should have its privileges, and here at BWE, it surely has. We will interview you. We will spotlight you. We will put you out there, because what I'm finding out, Courage Coach, there's a lot of us aren't on YouTube that are in business, right? So by them coming on this platform, this program, now they're in the YouTube space, and they're leveraging the following, if you will, the viewership, they call it, of BWE. And that's what it's about, brothers and sisters. That's what it's about. And we're happy to have our sister that's going to talk about wealth is a mindset. Wealth is a mindset. So make sure you're focusing, you're paying attention. Remember, we don't believe in multitasking, not here doing this hour of power, right? Because if you blink, you just might miss something. Matter of fact, if you blink, you will miss something. You will miss something. All right? You blink, you will miss something. The only reason why your eyes blink, Courage Coach, the doctors say, is so your eyes won't dry, so to stay moist and it won't dry up and your vision can stay clear. But there's no other reason why. And to protect your eyes, if something comes towards you, your eyes will blink to protect your eyeballs. But that's about it, right? That's about it. It's not designed to blink so you can miss anything. It's designed to blink to make sure you don't miss anything and your vision can be clear. So don't blink, because you will miss something. We guarantee it. All right. So, brothers and sisters, welcome to broadcast number 71. We're excited to be back, and we're plowing full speed ahead. Courage Coach, can you remember when we was pressing on 56? We was pressing towards 56. We wanted to follow our leader, our teacher, our guide, and minister Farrakhan. No, it was 52. 52 weeks. 52 weeks. Now we had 7. We're 20 broadcasts past 52 weeks. All right. So we want to thank you guys for being here. It's because you continue to show up that we show up. It'd be very difficult for a musician to constantly show up to an empty room and perform and give his all or give her all, right? But just a speckle of people is enough for a real musician to give their all. So we want to thank you all for being here. We're excited you're being here, but you need to share. You need to share, brothers and sisters. You need to share. If you're not sharing, then you're missing it. You're missing it. Here's something that I learned when I became a stockbroker. There's a little quotation that we used to say as stockbrokers, right? Bears make money, bulls make money, but pigs get slaughtered. So when you trade, when you participate in the stock market, if you're a bear, you can make money in the bear market. You can make money in the bull market. But if you the pig and you're trying to be greedy and only hoard stuff for yourself, and you won't make some more money, you already made 10%, but you won't make 12%, then the market will come and slaughter you, right? The market will come and slaughter you, because the market does not reward greedy people. The universe does not reward greedy people. God does not reward greedy people. Why? Because there's always people who need something. They need your help. They need what you have. You need to share, because there's someone out there that needs this message. If not, the message wouldn't exist. It wouldn't even exist. All right? So that's why we're excited that you're here, brothers and sisters. Share. We call it pay it forward. How you do that? There's some tabs right above, brothers and sisters. There's some tabs right above. Go ahead and hit those tabs. Hit them as many times as you can. Not all at one time, but throughout the broadcast. Stop making your minimum your maximum, right? Stop making the minimum your maximum. If anything, apologize because you're doing it too much. Not apologize because you didn't do it enough. So go ahead and hit that Facebook like, Facebook share, hashtag BWE Live, right? BWE Hangout, right? We are live, join us. Put that in the Facebook share, the Twitter, put that hashtag there, and go ahead and put it in all the other platforms, brothers and sisters. Put them all. Just take the time right now. Who's warming up to bring up our sister, all right, Shynna Key. All right, she wrote a book. She's going to tell us about her book. The coach and I are going to ask her about her book, and we're going to talk and have a dialogue discussion around her book. Wealth is a mindset, right? All right. So, but right now, you need to be sharing. Right now, as we speak, as we're speaking, you should be sharing. As we speaking, you should be sharing. All right. So while you're sharing, we're going to swing it back over to the Courage Coach. We got about 15 minutes before we bring our guests on, and hopefully our sister will be here. So Courage Coach, let's roll it over to you. Let's get into the inspirational piece. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead. You got 2 weeks. Go ahead. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead and put that thing out there. You know, do it how we do it. Do it like we do it. We about this life.
Is that what they say? That's what young folks are saying now. What the young people saying now?
We gotta be on seek.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. I have to look stuff up, man. I have to look stuff up. Man. I got to find out. I got to Google that. Let me Google that. Oh, well, thank goodness that everybody's here. Again, brothers and sisters, we thank you for joining us. I am Rodney Assad Muhammad, your Courage Coach. Now, Brother Darrell, Sister Shynna, how we say that?
Shynna.
Okay, Shynna. All right.
Shynna, but with an S.
Okay, all right. Sister Shynna. And one thing I tell everybody right now, you know, I don't write down what I'm going to say. I tried it a few times. It works sometimes, and sometimes it's, as speakers, people will tell you when people are trying to learn to be a speaker or a presenter, tell you write notes and maybe boom and kind of prepare and go over your presentation and things like that. If you want a canned speech, you want to do that. And there are a lot of well-known, some people say great, and I'll put that in quotes, speakers and presenters who have canned speeches. They do the exact same canned speech every place they go, to every single audience they see. There's the authenticity might be there in meaning in the original story that they told, but the authenticity is not there for the actual crowd there in front of. See, that's a thought that says one size fits all, that my message is the message, it's the only message anybody will ever need, and this audience is not unique at all. They don't need a very unique message. They get the same message everybody else gets. And I think that's a disrespect to the people in the room at the time. I believe that people should get what they ask for or call for at that moment. That's why sometimes we at service, you know, we at church, you know, sometimes we go to church and pastor, like, just, he had a message that he prepared, but then he get there and and the Spirit moves them a different way. Say, I don't know, the Lord's leading me to something. And that's that moment right there where something you might see or feel in the room calls you to something, right? And so I'm saying that to say that when we do this hour of power, Brother Darrell and I are not getting together and scripting it. You know, we're not sitting down, okay, you're going to say this and I'm going to say that, then you say this. That's not how it happens. It's very authentic. It's very specific. It's targeted. It's in the moment. It's very in the moment. And so here's something that came to mind. When I looked at Sister's book, and I looked at it, I studied the cover and everything. I said, you know what? I really like this. Wealth is a mindset. We've said that so many times, Brother Darrell. We talk about mindsets and how things affect us, but it really starts in the mind. That there's a scripture. There's a scripture, and I think it's in Proverbs, the 23rd Proverbs, I believe, 23rd Proverbs. It says, "As a man or a person thinks in their heart, so are they, or so is he." It says, but there's another part to that most people don't get to. And it says, eat and drink, says that person to you, but their heart is not with you. He said, the morsel which you have eaten, they'll actually spew back up and lose the sweet words. And then watch, the next verse says this. It says, speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. Now, when I looked at it and took it into context a little different, I said, okay, yeah, we say as a person thinks in their heart, so is he. But we usually do that and say it like in a very empowering way. But we don't think also there's the law of cause and effect that, yeah, your results are tied to your thinking. Because thinking leads to activities and actions develop behaviors and systems and protocols that we use. And those systems and protocols lead to a result. You know, you've heard the saying that if you keep doing the same thing repeatedly, yet expecting a different outcome, that's a definition of insanity. Well, what is it about the heart? What is it about the heart that said, as you think in your heart doesn't do any thinking? I mean, let's spend some time on that, just a moment on that. Your heart doesn't think. What is it about the heart? It's recognized as the core, if you will, the center, that place where you really feel passionate about something. It's in my heart. My heart feels for you. She really touched my heart. Things like we use those kind of sayings and terms to kind of capture an idea, a sentiment that it really, really is something at the core of us, at the truth of us is in the heart. So, saying that, I got to go to this one right here. In Matthew, the 15th chapter of Matthew, the 11th verse. Now, this is talking about Jesus and scribes and Pharisees. These are ruling people, the elite, the controllers of government and whatnot during the time. There's a little wrangling going on about, people not following kind of customs and protocols, and you not doing it the right way. We did this on Tuesdays, not Thursdays, all that kind of stuff right there, right? So then, all this stuff was going on. At some point, Jesus said, all right, let's squash this. All right, let me call everybody over here. And so he called everybody over. They call it the multitudes in the book, right? And then Jesus says this. Now, watch this. He said, it's not what goes into your mouth or your body that defiles you, but what comes out of you. This is what defiles you, right? And then the disciples came and said, oh, man, I know you done offended these people because you done said that, talking about it ain't what goes in. I mean, it ain't what comes in, what comes out. But here's the thing. If you put in bad information, as a living, breathing, sentient being, you have the ability to process that information and actually return back some good out of it. Oh, I'm going to say it again. Just because the information that you took in might not have been the best of information, as a thinking person, you have the ability to take that information and actually extract the good, any good out of it, and actually bring that forth. See, you can say, well, I didn't know no better. Yes, you knew better if you were thinking. See, as you think, whatever's in here, whatever's in the heart, whatever's at the core of your being, that's what you're going to do anyway. It's not about what your mama said, what your daddy said, what your cousin said about money. Because if you went outside anytime you saw any television program, you read sister's book, whatever it is, you got some additional information, some other things. You've seen something else beyond what you're talking about at that moment. But at some point, you made a decision. You had a thought that says, you know, I'm going to do it like my mama. I'm going to do it like my cousin. I'm going to do it like so-and-so did it. And you're going to get that same results. No, it's not what comes in so much that you need to be so concerned with. It's how you process that information, if you even process it at all, and then how it comes out. See, wealth is a mindset. The question is not only what information are you taking in, is what actions are you taking based on that information. I'm Rodney Assad Muhammad, your courage coach. Remember, no matter what else you do in life, you must always remember to cultivate the courage to roar. Brother Darrell, back over to you.
All right. There you go, brother and sister. In 6 minutes or less, he brought you a message so that you can use, that we all can use. All right? It's these little anecdotes. You know, Jim Rohn, if you don't know who he is, but Jim Rohn was known as a business philosopher. And he built his philosophy around what he called anecdotes. Just anecdotes. Little small pieces and bodies of philosophies and ideas that help him stay on the right track or help him guide him down the right track. And that's what the courage coach was talking about right there, is making sure you're a thinker, but what are you processing that information with, right? Bad data, right? Bad data gives you bad results no matter how good the information is that you're getting or how bad the information is that you're getting, right? The bad data in your head will produce the effect, right? The results. So that's very, very powerful, brothers and sisters. See, what you're going to get here on these broadcasts that will empower us, the black community who need it the most, right? We need it the most. The Asians still gather their economics around their culture. The Hispanics gather their economics around their culture. We as black people, we don't gather our economics around our culture. Not intentionally, not purposefully. We do it because we don't know nobody else to borrow no money from. So I'm going to call Rodney and ask him for some money. I don't know who else to call. I'm going to call Sister Brandy. But they do it consciously and purposefully. Why? Because they want to empower themselves. Right? That's the only way that the dollar can circulate within a community, because the common thread of that community is their culture, is who they are. Right? Who they are. Black folks jump over who they are. We Americans, and we part of the human race. I mean, we just skip all, we like just dolphins in and out through the water and stuff, right? We just jumping over our coming together because of our cultural identity. Our cultural identity. You know? So we have to stop that. We have to stop doing that, because that's been our demise. And the thing that causes your demise is also the same thing that can cause your ascension, your resurrection, your elevation, right? Your independence, your freedom. This platform is about freedom. Freedom, brother and sister, it's about freedom. So that being said, look like we got somebody. Is that a ghost down there, brother? What's that down? Who's that down there we see, brother? Who's that down? I think we see our beloved sister, our membership coordinator. Sister Brandy, is that you? If that's you, give us a mic check, and come on and say something to the people. They haven't seen you in 2 weeks. You was going on 3 weeks, then 4 weeks. We were going to have to replace you with somebody.
Wow, Brother Darrell, thanks for the awesome intro. Assalamu alaikum, family. Welcome, Sister Key. I'm excited you are here. So glad that you could be part of the Black Wealth Empowerment. Believers, we're excited. Once again, I don't know what week we're on. Brother Darrell, can you hear me?
71. We hear you.
Okay, thank you. Brother Rodney was talking. I was confused. I didn't understand why it was my turn. He started talking. We got guests here, Brother Rodney. Shh, not your turn. Once again, excited. Week 71. We are live and in action. Sister Key is about to get on the mic and let us know about how the mindset of wealth works. Or what? Yes, I believe that's the title. Let me calm down because I'm so excited. As you see, I'm still in my white garment. I don't know if you can tell or not. I have not been home since 10 a.m. this morning from the mosque, going other places. Now my mom's ordained. She's getting ordained as a mother of the church. So I had to skip out. She got mad at me, but I got to videotape the part where she got ordained. So I'm excited once again to be part of the Black Wealth Empowerment, excited to be your membership coordinator, and I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you as we continue to give the testimonies about how Black Wealth Empowerment has uplifted you, educated you, helped you through the process, wherever you may be. We're excited that you're here. Sister Key, I'm excited that you are here as well. Brother Darrell, we'll send it back over to you. Assalamu alaikum, family.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so very much, Sister Brandy, coming in and taking care of business. You say, you don't multitask. You just focus on one thing at a time. You just do multiple things, right? So she was there. She got away from that. Now she focused 3 minutes here and share that with us and encourage everybody to continue to be active members here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. Just want to share with you something, brothers and sisters, from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan lecture that he did Savior's Day. That's the Nation of Islam's annual Savior's Day celebration. His title was Divine Instructions Command for 2016. Let me just share with you as it pertains to what Sister's going to talk about tonight, what the platform here is about. The minister said that there's a public opinion poll that was taken. It's called the Rasmussen poll that reveals that a command and the spirit to carry it out has entered into the thinking and altered the action of a critical mass of people, Black people. It's called behavioral economics. Behavioral economics. So the minister saying these folks have taken a poll and they have now identified that Black people now, right? They're now moving out based on commands, based on, one common cause and one common purpose, right? So we're not going to get too much into that, the why that they have these surveys and why they've thought enough about this survey to even conduct, but it directly has everything to do with wealth, it being a mindset, wealth being a mindset. The minister went on and talked about the boycott that we did for Christmas, up with Jesus, down with Santa. He says this, that Apple said that in this current quarter, the quarter that just ended in December of 2015, there was a decline in Apple sales for the first time in 13 years. Best Buy holiday sales declined as the retailer sold fewer smartphones than expected. Domestic sales over the 9-week through January 2nd fell 1.2%. Macy's announced plans to lay off 4,350 employees due to disappointed holiday sales. Macy's said about 80% of its sales decline can be attributed to shortfall in cold weather goods like coats, sweaters, hats, gloves, scarves, because the weather was so warm the people wouldn't buy. And the minister went on to say, isn't it wonderful to know that we give a command and God helps us out? God backs us up. Brothers and sisters, so what the minister is saying here is that it may not be advertised on the nightly news the way we would need to see it. They're not going to directly relate our purchasing power and our withdrawal and redistribution of the pain that Dr. King called it. It affected them. They'll just make the effect out. They won't let you know the cause. They'll let you know the effect that the cause brought about. And that's what happened. And the minister instructed us to continue to not shop with those vendors outside of our necessities and to focus spending more with Black businesses. All right. So that's part of the instruction that we receive, and we want to share it on with all of us here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live, because if we didn't, then this is just a good hashtag. This is just a good title. This is just make us feel good who are hosts and guests and members. But if we're going to be serious about this platform, about this mission, brothers and sisters, then we have to understand cause and effects that the Courage Coach talked about, and we have to understand our economic power. Our economic power. Black folks in America have done everything, literally everything, to get freedom, everything to get equality, and nothing has helped. The only thing that's left is economic empowerment. Economic empowerment. And that's why we here, Black Wealth Empowerment, to activate you, to get your minds calibrated to understand and focus on economic empowerment from a collective interest standpoint. Not just you, not just your family, but collective self-interest. All right? So thank you so very much, Courage Coach. I just want to share that with you all. Brother and sister, the minister went on, and last point before we bring our sister on. He said, so this is no more time to teach. Now you've got the teaching. What you need are the commands and the spirit to do after the command. So sister's going to share with you some things. You can take it as a good idea. You can take it, oh, that sounds so, that makes sense. But unless you take it as a command, that if I want this, I must do that, right? And then ask God for the spirit to carry it out, because you'll be going against the grain, right? Then we'll be missing it. We will be missing that opportunity. So before we bring her on, we're going back over to Sister Brandy. Sister Brandy, can you bring up the welcome the new members or no?
No, sir. I'm actually mobile. I am in
Oh, you're mobile. All right.
Yes,
are you able to introduce the sister? Can you pull up her bio or no?
Absolutely. I have it all written out.
Oh, you got it? All right.
Yes, sir.
Well, no further ado, we want to keep it where it is with Sister Brandy. She's going to introduce our special guest, and then we're going to go ahead into her message. All right? So go ahead, Sister Brandy. Take it away.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Once again, we want to welcome Sister Key. We are excited you're a part of the Black Wealth Empowerment once again. So the intro is she was born in an entrepreneurial family. So what I mean by that is her father and mother actually owned a nightclub type of thing, and over top of that they also had apartments, and so they were landlords. And through the whole process, before her father tragically got killed, she was able to see the entrepreneurship going through the whole family line. Sister Key also, she's referred to as a financial fanatic because she's an action-packed speaker. She's an author, and she is a financial and business empowerment coach. She has tailored her movement to empower you and also her audience around the world. Around the world to build your empire. She didn't say her empire, but she said to build your empire. Praise be to God. She also volunteers with Operation Help. She teaches business. She teaches business in a box. It's a 6-week program, and she teaches at the Booker T. Washington High School, and that is in Atlanta, Georgia. She also lives in Atlanta with her husband, also her children. Let me introduce Sister Key to the Black Wealth Empowerment. We are excited once again that you're here. Thank you for taking the time out to be with us, and I believe it's your turn, sis.
Thank you, thank you. Greetings, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Again, like she mentioned, thank you for the awesome introduction. Shynna Key, the financial fanatic. And of course, it's definitely just, I'm excited. I'm overexcited, and I can't just tell you enough on how much I'm excited. So we're going to get going here with Wealth is a Mindset. Now, Wealth is a Mindset is all about education, empowerment, choices, change, and action. Are you ready to explore your passions and take charge of your life? If so, having a pure wellness wealth blueprint system designed to keep and to help construct your personal success model and may be exactly what you need to take your dreams to the next level. Now, I also want to
introduce him. Who is that, Sister? Can you go ahead and introduce him? He has to get on TV. Go ahead and introduce him.
He's going. He's trying to have a debut so much, but
yeah, who is that? You want to meet him? That's the next entrepreneur.
Yes. He loves playing with money. He disappeared on me, but he loves actually playing with money. And people don't understand, okay, he don't play with the typical things that children like to play with. He's only 5, and he loves playing with money. But he actually left, so I can't introduce you, but next time I will. But I wanted to go back and piggyback off of what you said, Mr. Muhammad, Brother Muhammad, I'm sorry, when you were speaking about sharing. Sharing is caring is the words that I use. And to piggyback off of Brother Rodney, when you were talking about the heart, sometimes you have to forget your heart and think with your mind. So Wealth is a Mindset is all about reconditioning your mindset nowadays, because in our culture, we was not born with the inheritance of wealth, properties, let's see, insurance counts and things like that. So my philosophy is simple. It's just because we're not born with a silver spoon in our mouth does not mean we cannot get one. So we have to create what we actually want out of life if we was not born with it. So my empowerment is all about that, definitely. So I will say you have to definitely, a lot of people right now, they're in school with going to be a lawyer or a doctor or what say. I say I'm in school for learning to become a millionaire. I'm learning what they like to do, the things they do, the things they purchase and things like that, and creating what I want and surrounding myself around those type of people and just intaking it all. So it's all about reconditioning your mindset. So I tell everyone, it's not about what you didn't have, what you don't have. It's all about what you want, and go for it. Everyone asks me, how do you do it? And I say, easy. I just do it like Nike. You have to definitely do it. And one thing I will definitely share for sure is if you're thinking about like how to start off with building wealth and things like that, you can definitely, like Brother Muhammad does, the real estate, but even with income, try to generate different incomes that is considered passive income that is coming in whether you out in the sun under the shade, you're sick, or you sleep. Money comes in automatically, and that is called passive income. So that's one of my key tips there that I definitely like to throw out there, something that you're not actually working on. So reconditioning your mindset is about saying affirmations, educating yourself, because it can be studied, it can be learned. So if you don't have them naturally, those characteristics that the wealthy people have, you can definitely self-educate yourself and gain those. So I also say the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. Why? Because the things that they encounter and the things that they're surrounded by. So like when you feel like you have to enhance your overall success, it matters about your choices, your chances, and your changes that matters. Your educational choices, your financial choices, your community involvement and choices, even your marriage choices, social choices, relocation, investment choices, and everything. So like in our community and like in other you okay? Okay. In our community, in our culture, like when we own businesses and stuff like that, I don't see us having our children either in a stores with us or whatever type of business we have, or even real estate. And I do real estate as well. And I know when I will go show properties and things, I would take my children with me, let them ride and see what I do. So they witness first hand on what I do, because I'm building everything to leave a legacy behind for my children. So I don't want to just be rich. It's called generational wealth is what I'm seeking. Generational wealth, the pass down and go on and on and on. So in other cultures, like if you go to a Chinese restaurant or any other culture restaurants or businesses, you will see like a 10-year-old child running their business, running the register. But you don't see that with our people. And so I am definitely working on getting financials and entrepreneurship a part of the hottest topics in our communities, in all the media. So it's like if there's a famous person that needs to be the one that say it, which we shouldn't have to wait for someone famous or well-known to make it known that we need to worry about and start creating wealth. Why? Why we need to wait? If we need a wake-up call, if you need a wake-up call, let the wake-up call be now. Listening to me, Shynna Key, the financial fanatic, and me empowering you to build your empire. So I just wanted to definitely say that. And to leave off with that note, I can go on and on and on, but I'm not going to do it. I am limited in the respect to Brother Muhammad and Brother Rodney. Thank you, and Sister Brandy. I mean, I just wanted to.
How can they reach you, sister? Put your information out there. How can they reach you for more information?
Okay. Shynna Key, everything. Now, this is the book here. Wealth is a Mindset. Uh-oh, what happened? I don't know what happened.
I got you.
Okay, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened here, but okay. So, Wealth is a Mindset. This is the book now. What is going on?
We can hear you. We can still hear you.
I don't know what's going on, but okay. But Wealth is a Mindset. It's not just a book. It's a workbook and journal all in one. It has your worksheets in there for your short-term, long-term goals, budget sheets, and everything. Now, I could be reached Shynna Key, everything. Everything is Shynna Key. I keep it simple, branding, everything uniform. So Shynna Key, and I know it's not pronounced so simple, but it's Shynna like China, and it's spelled Shynna and Key, Shynna Key, everything. You can visit my website, ShynnaKey.com. Twitter, Facebook. Make sure you like my Facebook page. Stay connected, and make sure you sign up for my knowledge newsletters, is what I call it, and my events. I'm currently on tour in Georgia. The tour is called Uncover Your Mindset. Everything is about the mindset, everything. So make sure you stay connected and sign up. Shynna Key, everything. And my book is in 39,000 retail stores and in 13 countries, and it's also on Kindle for all your ebook readers out there. So.
All right. That's where you can reach her. Now we're going to open up for questions and answers. We'll start asking Sister some questions. If you have some questions for Sister, please post it in the Private Elusive Exclusive Facebook group. All right? Please post it there, and then you'll be able to check who just fell off there. You'll be able to get your question answered, okay? All right, brother. So let's go ahead and ask. So, Sister, tell us basically, how did you come up with this? How did you realize, or when did you realize that it was the mindset? It was not skill set. It was not, maybe I need to go get a college degree or another degree. Or when did you realize it? Because a lot of people don't get that piece, right? They don't get that. You have folks that's going to stay in the skill set realm and never come over to the mindset. And I guess, Coach, you got those that stay in the mindset realm and never come over to the skill set. When did you realize, Sister, that it was mindset, to where you a title of book called Mindset?
I came up with that title actually when I reinvented myself. I just reinvented myself like a year ago, June. So I reinvented myself, and I say that to say that if you try something and your passion and things like that does not work out, it's okay to move on, try something different. It's called reinventing it. So people do it all the time, just like one of our famous people that we're talking about all the time now, Donald Trump and everyone else, they fail, and it's okay to fail. So I came up with Wealth as a Mindset because I just started thinking through all the different hats that I wore with like doing real estate and educating my friends and family unconsciously about how credit works, how money works and everything like that. It just, a light came off, and it's like wealth is a mindset, because it's all about the mindset. I decided to start going public about it. So it's just a click in the mindset. And so that's what Wealth is Mindset is all about.
All right. Any questions, Coach? Courage, Coach?
Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. I'm off mute now. That's very powerful. Now, Sister, I'll tell you, I think people have heard before, wealth is a mindset. I think just the concept in general, right? The concept in general, wealth is a mindset. But if you could share maybe I'll just say two. I'm gonna give them two. Don't give them the whole thing, because they gotta get the book for the whole thing. But if you give them just two immediate tips that somebody could walk away tonight and say, if I did these two mindset shifts, if I did these two things, what would I do that can kind of get me at least in motion? And then once I get the book, I can order that motion later. But what two things could they do, like right now immediately, that could start the ball rolling? That way, while they're waiting for the book to show up, they can, kind of get the motion going. What would those two things be?
Okay, one would be pay yourself first. Regardless if you are a business owner or in corporate America, pay yourself first. Bills will always be there. If you pay your bills first, you will tend to run out of money and feel like you don't have the money to pay yourself at the end. So first is pay yourself first and foremost. Two, make sure you have multiple streams of income. I say in each household, each adult in a household should at least have 2 incomes per household. So each adult in each household should at least have 2 incomes. And that is multiple streams of income. So you can have plan B. Now, I know when people or you guys kind of hear of a woman or someone say plan B, you're thinking left field. But my plan B is another stream of income. That's my plan B. If we, get on how you guys are saying earlier, what the youngest are saying nowadays and things like that. Well, my plan B is another stream of income. So I just want to go ahead and leave those two major tips there. You start off with those and just thinking about that. And if you are in corporate America and you're not having your money directly pulled from your paycheck straight into a check-ins or savings account, hurry down to HR Monday morning or do it on a computer if you can, and go ahead and set that up first and foremost. And that's how you get started on your way to building your empire.
All right, so tell us where again can we get your book? We can go specifically where. Is it on Amazon?
It's on Amazon, it's on Barnes & Nobles, BAM, textbooks.com. Let's see, there's so many. It's on the Kindle, it's on Velour Books, it's on Brooks and Books, it's everywhere. And if you are you have a, corporation and you have a discount code number, you can go on Ingram and order it. It's everywhere. So make sure you patronize and especially order from or go to the water and water locations, because if you don't order, they won't support the independent authors. So make sure you support and make sure you write a review and read it. Let me know how you love the book. It is your GPS to building your financial and business empire.
Right. Let me ask you this question, sister. How is it important? You mentioned it earlier. The children seeing it, right? You saw your dad with his nightclub and his multi-unit properties, and I read where the accountant used to come over every Saturday. Just kind of share that, because see, we got all this education, but we ain't got no accountant. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing these things. So how powerful? I don't know. Okay, well, let me just go back. What kind of education did your dad have? Was he a college graduate?
No.
Let me guess. He had 3 degrees, right?
No. I'm a big fan of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay, so my dad was one that didn't go to college, but he ended up having all these businesses and able to create the lifestyle that he loved. So it's very important to watch it. He instilled in me and my siblings all the time to be your own boss. Be your own boss. At a young age, I think as young as maybe 6. So that's all I knew was to grow up, be your own boss, and watching that accountant come over and everything, that was important. I watched that, so it was instilled in me. So when you say you definitely show your children the ropes, let them come along and teach. So when you're not longer able to run the business, they can easily pick up where it left off at and continue the legacy. So that's how I was raised, in an entrepreneurship household, and it was very big, and I love that. You just don't understand. People be like, well, how do you do it? And everyone is not an entrepreneur, okay? Everyone is not an entrepreneur, and it's okay. But if you are, you have a wonderful gift, So I just want to definitely let you know that. Show your children, and for the ones that don't have an account and stuff like that, we cannot do everything. Okay, so if you're trying to start up a business, just know that you cannot do everything. And also, if you don't spend money on yourself and invest in what you do and what you believe in, how do you expect to gain clients or customers to come spend money with you and things like that if you don't spend the money in yourself and invest in yourself? So that's very important. So those are my tips for inspiring entrepreneurs. Be uniform, be professional, get your things in order and lined up, and brand yourself, and make sure you ask for help or hire a coach or get a mentor that's already doing, well, actually not just already doing what you're wanting to do, but is at the level where you see yourself. So don't get a mentor or hire a coach that's just basic. Get a coach or a mentor that's above and beyond. If they at the top and they're where you actually want to be when it's all said and done, that's who you go after. And they'll be flattered whether you hire them or they become a mentor.
Okay, all right. We have a question from Sister Jennifer. Her question is, whenever you have hit a wall or a road block while on your journey through your wealth building, book writing, promoting your book, etc., what things did you do to get back on the horse and keep pushing?
Oh, great question. Great question. And thank you for asking that. Oh, let me tell you, I just wrote an article on that too. It's called Entrepreneurship Life, the life of an entrepreneur. Now, entrepreneurship is a roller coaster, okay? You have your ups and downs, and believe me, oh my goodness. But when I have one of those moments, I am thankful that I'm able to bounce back. Like, I'll say, maybe not even, maybe a couple of hours the most. And I snap back out of it. I snap out of it and be like, okay, you gotta regroup, take a breather, even if you have to take a minute. And that's the beauty of an entrepreneur. If you're going through some things personal or whatever, and you need a moment to sit back and regroup, you can give yourself that. And you're natural. You're human, and it's a natural thing. So no one is exempt from that. Okay, so you just, if you need to go and listen to a positive motivational audio or look at some affirmations, anything to feed yourself. And you have to be careful for what you feed yourself. I'm very big on that, from all the way from songs to people that you listen to and try to give you guidance and counsel you, because they may not be working for, our almighty high. Okay, so you have to be careful for what you feed yourself. And sometimes when you have negative energy around you or listening to some negative things, and it comes in disguise at times, it rubs off on you. So you want to definitely make sure you be careful for who you let in your circle and what you're feeding yourself. So if you're ever in a moment that you like, oh my God, I'm feeling down, I'm having one of those moments, pick up something motivational, read something, and it's all over media, it's on it's all over the place. All you have to do is push a button to what you love to listen to. And that's
the question here, sister, from Sister Mavis X Jackson. How much difference does it make for people who didn't grow up with an example such as your father?
Good question. Thank you for asking that one. Now, if you was not fortunate to have that, let's see, just show and tell for you and brought up that way, create it. Like if you think, and if you do vision boards or things like that, go back to when you was in kindergarten, first grade, and you was able to imagine, and you had imaginary friends and things like that. Make it fun and creative, and think about what it is that you would like. Make sure you do vision boards and stuff like that. Creative. You don't have friends and friends in your circle that is positive or business minded or is on the same page that you are on. Go get some. It's 1,000 networking events in Atlanta or wherever you're at. It's 1,000 network events. Create the lifestyle that you want. There is no excuse. I personally, I was the only one out of my, my high school class or just my group of friends and stuff like that was the entrepreneurship, because I grew up with my father and things like that. But I went out and created and gained more friends by networking and meeting and greeting. Your networking becomes your net worth, So make sure you just create the lifestyle that you want. There's no limit. Go out and get it. Build your empire.
All right. Now, sister, as you stated, everybody can't be an entrepreneur, but would you say that everybody should acquire the mindset of wealth? And if not, what's the price that they're paying for saying, well, I'm not into all that. Math I wasn't really good with math. I got it. You got work forms and sheets and stuff? Oh, no, I'm not trying to do all that. I'm making some good money. I'm riding real tight. My whip is real nice. I'm on fleet. That's it, Coach, fleet.
Yes, that is the term. But that is so funny. Now, you're right. Everyone is not an entrepreneur, but everyone should want to have wealth. Even if you work in corporate America, you should not be that shouldn't be a comfortable feeling. You shouldn't be so content with just what you have going on. So I would say definitely just broaden your mindset about just having more money than just your check. again,
Why shouldn't they feel content? They pretty comfortable, right? They living nice and ride nice, and you say, well, they shouldn't feel content. Their question might be, why not? Why shouldn't I feel content?
well, unless you have like your 6 months emergency funded, okay, you have more than one income. At least if you have your basics. Now, if you at least have your basics, hey, if that's what you want and you want to be content and comfortable, at least have your basics covered. Yeah, 6 month emergency fund and a second stream of income.
Okay, so if they have that, they should feel comfortable. So I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's what goes in our minds, and we say, well, why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I feel content, right?
I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. Now, I personally couldn't feel that way or say that, but the thing you said about math, like, I'm not big in math. I wasn't big in math in school at all. And then that's one of my things I speak about too. Is like the math that they taught us in school and still teaching us is not what we use when we in the real world. So it's like they need to apply and teach about how money works, how credit works, and financial works in school. And so they're not doing it in the school, so it's our job to do it and teach in our homes. The importance, like your assets, your liabilities, and teaching children about your wants versus your needs and things like that. And giving them test questions like, okay, and I do it with my children, I make it fun. If you have some money and I give them money, and I be like, okay, they want something. Do you want that or do you need that? It's a fun way of being able to interact with your children to teach them about the things that they want versus their needs. So they have some money, I'll be like, okay, go ahead. Do you want that? How much more money you have left? You about to spend your last on that? Really? Oh, okay. So I talk to them. So it's very important. So it's like, I ask them some questions. Well, if you have this money and you have a light bill that's due, but some brand new sneakers come because my children, I don't know why they're into sneakers. I guess they're at that age. But what would you do? Would you pay your light bill or get the sneakers? And I tell them, everyone that's looking fly and everything like that, you might go to their house and they may not have even a living room set in their house. So don't always be surprised or just, look at people at how they appear to have or so-called balling. You never know. Their lights might be off at the house. So I teach them and talk to them about all of that stuff. You got people that's balling and live with their mother at 40 years old, but still looking so fly and high and keeping up with the Joneses. You don't know the Joneses might have got foreclosed last week just from trying to keep up with the Joneses and stuff like that. So that's things that, we must teach our children and definitely make it fun for them. And I just keep it real and honest with them. So is that what they say, keeping it real, or is there a new word? Is there a new word? I hope I'm not outdated using keeping it real because that's been around for a long time.
That's right. Coach, got any questions for our guests before we wrap up, because we're a little bit after the hour, but just some real good information. You can't spend too much time on this topic. So, Coach, got any questions for her?
Let me unmute myself. No, sir, Brother Darrell. Thank you so much, Sisto, for what you have shared with everybody. I think they're going to be able to really get the ball rolling, and I want to encourage everybody to make sure they go ahead and pick up Sister's book. Because if you don't have that, that may be one of the keys. It may be one of the keys. And see, this is powerful. Let's see the tie in there. This may be one of the keys that you might be missing in your life. Is just having that book. And so, I mean, don't think there's. The Honorable Muhammad taught us there's no such thing as a coincidence. Everything is divinely ordered, timing and manifestations. And so if you're saying, man, I just had one last key in this lock that could turn my life around. This Wealth is a Mindset by our sister, Key, might be the key that you need. So, no, sir, Brother Darrell. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Brother Darrell. I'll swing it back over to you, Brother Darrell, so we can close it out.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so very much, sister. Please, in closing, give us whatever final message you have, and most importantly, how we can connect with you, how we can get your books, how all that good stuff. Your final words, and then how they can contact you.
Final words: knowledge is priceless and ignorance is costly. So So make sure you pick up Wealth is a Mindset, Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, anywhere you name it. It's everywhere. It's in 39,000 retail stores in 13 countries, so you cannot miss it. So Wealth is a Mindset by Shynna Key. You can reach me on any of the social media sites, Shynna Key, everything. Make sure you sign up for my knowledge letters at ShynnaKey.com. Again, I'm Shynna Key, empowering you to build your empire.
All right.
Thank you.
And you also can find her right here in the private elusive exclusive private elusive exclusive closed group, because why? She's a member. She's a member, so you don't have to go to Twitter and all these other places. You have her right here within your own exclusive group right here. So, Courage Coach, let's go ahead and close out, and I'll say some final words, and we'll be out of here close to on time.
That's right. Thank you again, Brother Darrell. Thank you, Sister Shynna Key, for being our guest and blessing everybody and those of us who are with you as hosts with those jewels that you dropped on us. Now, brothers and sisters, if you're just now catching us, you're catching the tail end because you messed up time, you thought the time changed, you don't know if it changed, oh man, I forgot the broadcast was on, you were feeding the baby, you were moving and shaking, got home late from work, whatever it is that was going on, make sure you catch the replay when it becomes available. And also, make sure you engage Sister Shynna in the private elusive exclusive Facebook group. Now, she can't coach you, she can't walk you through every single thing without you setting up some kind of agreement with her, but you know, if it's something that you just didn't understand or something that you say, hey, I didn't quite get that tip or something like that, make sure you go ahead and reach out to Sister on the Facebook group. And if you really want to take it to that next level, and you really want to reach out to her and say, hey, Sister, I'm ready to take it to the next level. Can you please mentor me, walk me through this process step by step? What do I need to do? What do I need to invest? What kind of credit card do I need to have in my hand when I call you in order to get that started? You go ahead and put that message and send that to our sister so she can let you know what you need to do. And see, brothers and sisters, here's the thing I want to leave you with this for this week. You know, life waits for no one. Life is going to keep happening whether we happen to keep happening or not. You know, live every moment on purpose. See, Brother Darrell said something very powerful. He said, don't blink. Well, if you're not familiar with the song by Kenny Chesney, you go ahead on YouTube and check that track out. That's one of the tracks that turned me on to some serious country with Kenny, you know, this new age country. But, you know, don't blink. See, life can pass you by in a moment. You're going to wake up and your children, you know, Sister Shynna, well, he was 5, and she's gonna look up and he's gonna be 10. Then he's gonna be 12 and 15 and 25. And see, my oldest son is 26 years old, but it was a blink. It's a blink. Wow. And so it doesn't take that long for life to happen because it's happening right now. I want each and every one of us who are watching this broadcast, either live or the replay, to this week choose to live life on purpose. Make every moment, every second count. Now, it doesn't have to always be business and money and strategies and things. It can be a simple moment. It's making a phone call that you probably never haven't made in a while. Maybe forgiving somebody. Maybe reaching out to somebody that you need to reach out to. Maybe helping your neighbor. Maybe doing something that you always wanted to do but you just putting it off. Whatever it is, live each moment and feel like every moment counted and every moment you gave your very, very best to. Because I tell you, when it's all said and done, you want to be able to say, I'm glad I did, not I wish I would have. I'm riding inside Muhammd, your courage coach. Cultivate the courage to roar. Peace.
All right. Thank you, Courage Coach. Thank you so very much. Brothers and sisters, thank you so very much for being here for another exciting episode of Black Wealth Empowerment Live. Wealth is a Mindset with our sister Shynna Key. You want to support her. Brothers and sisters, all the books I have from authors outside of our community, I feel obligated to buy from those that are inside of our community. I'm talking about black folks, right? I got enough books by others, right? We need to start buying books from each other in areas of our interest, right? Of areas of our interest. So you know how we do it here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. If those of you that's going to buy the sister book, once you buy, what do we always do? We take a picture of you and the book together and we put it in the private elusive exclusive Facebook group, all right? Because we got to put up or shut up. We got to come from out the closets and being quiet, and they call it being undercover. It's time for now to come on out. The minister said, we have the teachers. We really know what to do, right? We really know what to do. All we're doing is, regurgitating the same information from our life experience, from what the perspective we see it from, and maybe just a little sprinkle of some additional revelation. But it's all the same thing, brothers and sisters, right? It's all the same thing. The question is, are you and I committed to take action? Are you and I committed to the law of cause and effect? Cause and effect. It operates without you, so it might as well operate with you, and that's what the coach was saying, by doing things on purpose. Then you're actively engaged in the law of cause and effect instead of being on the effect side. It's time for us to be on the cause side, and that's what the boycott did, and we're going to continue to patronize each other, and we're going to do it more and more and more until, just like Sister said, she saw her dad, that put the spirit in her. Our children see us patronizing black, and then they will do it more than what we've done it. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, we're talking about these websites. Go to theablenetwork.com, theablenetwork.com. Put your money where your mouth is. If not, you haven't said anything. Can't nobody hear you, right? The other one is what? freedompapercompany.com, freedompapercompany.com. And last but not least is economicblueprint.org. Make it a habit, right? Make it a habit. You develop habits through repetition. So thank you so very much once again, Sister Shynna Key, for being here for that powerful message. And there's always something in it for you. You might have to go back and listen to it over and over and over again to find it. But there's something in it for you. So definitely review it and share it. Until next time, tomorrow we'll be back with another exciting live episode of The Hour of Power here at Black Wealth Empowerment Live. Until next time, brothers and sisters, as always, I'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, our suffering community needs your very best. Till next time, take care and God bless.